Hi everybody. All right, so there's something I want to tell you. It's Christmas Eve tomorrow. All right. So I was going to do a channeling and just, we'll just see what spirit has to share, but it's to finally coming to be the big day and it's the big weekend. So all right. I'm just going to calm down and relax and we'll see what happens, okay? So, let's see what they have to say. It's snowing outside and I'm touching snowflakes, each one individually, just standing here. There's thousands and thousands of snowflakes, but when I stand here, I touch each one that just so happens to fall upon my hand. And there's no wind, so it just falls straight down. Sometimes they fall right on my nose or my forehead, on my hair. But the ones that touch my hand are the ones that I notice the most. I seem to be really immersed in experiencing, evaluating, feeling, examining the sensation of each snowflake that touches my fingers, but I'm sort of holding my hand up like this, so it's touching that finger, my pointer finger. The thing is snowflakes, they're snowflakes, right? And they're sort of starting to build on my hand as though my hand isn't warm at all. It's sort of like the side of a building or on top of your car, or they're just starting to build there. Some of them melt and trickle down. They turn into water and then drip off of my hand. But they're starting to collect more and more. But I'm so immersed in examining them. It's a spiritual experience. It's not a human experience. It's a surreal moment that I'm having here. How do I define that? How do I explain what I mean? It's sort of like you ever want something so bad that you just stop wanting it for a moment and instead you feel the meaning within your heart. And then you allow the meaning to just grow and develop. Instead of wanting it, now you feel the meaning of it. And now you experience the love and connection you have with this one thing that you want. It goes deeper than the want of it. It goes into the heart of it. And this state of being is transforming the wants, the needs, the desires, the sight, the sounds, the cold, the hot, whatever it might be. It's transitioning all of that into a deeper, heartfelt, spiritual experience. How do you transfer a human experience into something that is so spiritual and mind-blowing? Do you keep looking at it, examining it, thinking about it, describing it? Or do you translate everything into a single sensation of a feeling within your heart and you allow it to grow? And it feels like love every time. It feels like love of a unique way. Something that you want feels like this when you experience the love of it within your heart. So the love that you have for your pet, the love you have for a significant other, the love you have, which is also a symbol of gratitude for financial stability or a car to drive or a warm place to live in the winter time or food to eat. There's different versions of love that we experience. Sometimes it's gratitude more so than anything else. Other times it's there is no even experience of gratitude because it's so profound that it is beyond gratitude. What do you define as beyond gratitude? What does that feel like? It's something that goes so far it blows everything out of the water. Sometimes you meet somebody that you like so much and your friend's like, so what do you like about him? It's like I couldn't even tell you. I'm just mesmerized. I couldn't tell you what I specifically like. I'm just absolutely mesmerized. So this is kind of one of those moments. It goes beyond the norm. It goes beyond it. And so this experience of just standing here and collecting these snowflakes, anybody walking by is like, who's that weirdo? The person that is actually experiencing this is in a whole new realm of a state of mind and surreal experience and gift of blessing. But even beyond that, beyond blessed, beyond grateful. It's just sheer and infinite, extraordinary balance, love, harmony. What does that sound like? What is that voice? What is the language to define it? There isn't language to define it. As I watch the snowflakes pile onto my hand, these ones that turn into water droplets, they turn into tears that drop from they just drip down and then drop onto the ground. I see them as teardrops, and it's a saddening experience. Some are thriving snowflakes, others have transformed into teardrops. They're not snowflakes anymore. It's like a living human being or a human being who's passed away. We experience teardrops when those we love move on. So their thriving snowflake is now in the form of our tears. I'm contemplating this in a state of very extreme focus of what that feeling means to me, because it's deep as well. How do I translate this? This feeling feels distant and far away, disconnected. It feels like grief. It feels like separation. It feels like the pain of sorrow, of loss. There is a huge conversation here about the illusions we experience that influence us to feel loss or sorrow or separation, because there is no such thing as loss. There is no such thing as sorrow. Why would you want to choose to experience the snowflakes that happen to melt as a sad thing? You get to choose. There's something more to this. I'm still trying to find the right language to describe it, because it's powerful. I, as a human being, know what grief feels like, sorrow feels like, separation feels like, depression feels like. I, as a human being, know these emotions well. We all relate to these emotions. However, I, as a spiritual force, as an infinite reflection, understand that there is no such thing as separation. No reason to feel sorrow, but only to feel the experience of rejoice, of transformation, change, shift, newness, evolving. It's beautiful. The higher self spiritual reflection says, smile. Snowflakes shifting from snowflake to water. The gift of it to be able to move from the top of your hand and now transcend down your hand and then to drip onto the ground, to go beyond the friends that are accumulating on your hand. It is choosing to explore beyond. It is choosing to be different. It is choosing to be unique. It is choosing to go where no man has gone before. It is beautiful. Higher self says, rejoice. Human self says, but I'm scared for this one. I'm sad for this one. They show me that there's just one snowflake that had melted that turned into a droplet of water. My experience was these moments of sorrow that we have in our lives. But after this conversation with the higher self, My experience now is an understanding that this one snowflake changed because it chose to be different. It chose to go on a journey away from its home, away from all it's ever known, to explore a vast and infinite universe beyond what it feels most comfortable with. And as a human being, I know what it feels like to feel life becoming uncomfortable, being difficult, being challenged constantly, feeling that grave feeling of separation from the way we feel most comfortable, right? And so I'm watching this one droplet fall to the ground, and I felt worried about what that droplet was going to experience, worried about the types of learning and explorations that one snowflake that changed would have. My higher self is speaking and showing me. This is always very hard for me with the work that I do, showing me scenes of all the souls that choose to become that droplet of water. All the very painful experiences of the many souls on this planet who choose to be that snowflake. So many souls here choose to be that snowflake, my higher self says. Why can't you be so proud of them? Why can't you see how amazing that gift is? And I say, because I know what sadness and pain and struggle feel like, and I feel that has been a constant exploration on this planet, and it just brings me more sorrow now than ever before, because I'm ready for those droplets of water to not be tears of pain anymore, but tears of rejoice. It's hard for me because I really desire to see happiness for everybody on the planet. I really desire to see that loudly displayed everywhere, all over the place. Constantly the latest news article on how happy people are every day. And that's the latest news. The most latest news is so-and-so smiled today. The most latest news is, whatever it might be. It could be just people are happy today. I just want that to be the news. So we're exploring this. I say my hand is cold and I'm tired of holding all these snowflakes and I want to go inside now. I'm tired of this experience. I'm just tired of learning about this. I'm tired of exploring this. I've had enough. I now see myself inside. I see myself bewildered by the feeling of too many thoughts, too many worries, too many questions, too many feelings all the time. Feeling a great deal. There is a pause again, because there's also a patience and a smile that is waiting on the sidelines. The smile says, this is your soul experiencing and exploring life as a teardrop. And this part of me, my higher self, shows you can smile or you can frown, but that is your choice. You hold the mirror. You get to choose and then see. I'm looking at my reflection in the mirror now. It's like a makeup compact. I look at myself and I have no expression. I seem to be thinking about how I choose to feel. My spirit guides say, didn't you whisper something at the beginning of this video? Didn't you have something to tell people about what time of year it is? Weren't you excited to say that? It's like, yeah, I've been listening to Christmas tunes for a while, and I don't get it. They never get old. I love Christmas tunes. And you only get to hear them one time a year, you know? And it just cheers me up, you know? It just does. It's just a special time of year when things are different and we choose to act differently, behave differently. Maybe it can feel a little stressful, or the demands are great, but there's something to switching up the routine. There's something to that. There's something to having the radio station just play music, Christmas music. There's something to that. That for 1 month out of the year, everything changes for humanity. I mean, it's not just about Christmas, because that this sort of holiday season is celebrated in so many different ways. But it is felt across the globe. People's energy, behaviors shifting, new versions of expressions happening, new energy experiences. And so now I see myself smiling. And there's sort of this giggly voice that says, don't think too hard. Don't go so deep that it creates grief or sadness. They're showing me some of the things, some of those scenes of the souls and the tragedies. And even in those, we can sometimes think too hard, even in those. For instance, when somebody that we love passes away, we can really feel deep grief in that, because it's hard to have somebody that you love and then them not be there anymore. So the sparkle of their energy is not there in your life, and it gives you a new meaning of life as well. And so there's something to that. Instead of feeling sad at the loss, feel happy to know you had somebody in your life that you could appreciate so much as this, that you got to share this lifetime with a soul that you adore so much that you would be in grief to say goodbye to them. They're showing me ways that we can turn our frowns upside down in those ways. So that is what they're sharing right now. Let's see if there's anything else that they want to share. They're taking me back to the beginning, where I was sort of in an extraordinary state of nirvana and spiritual awareness, and a heightened state of love within my heart. They say if your fingers are cold, then put them in your pockets. You don't have to keep collecting snowflakes and then standing there in a state of mesmerization. Sometimes there are times for spiritual bliss, and sometimes there are times to be human and to feel and to have emotions. There are times to be spiritual and enlightened, and to have those gifted moments where you can access that profound love. Then other times life can, hand you the rotten pickle, and now suddenly you feel a lot more human about things. And so that's what they're sharing now. You didn't come here to be a spirit, you came here to be a human. And as a human who is trying to access their spiritual side, now you can discover how truly profound you are. It is not an easy task for a human being to find a way to transcend into a spiritual reflection at all times of the day. At every second, every minute, every hour of every single day for an entire lifetime. Say that is quite a task to conquer. And as a human being in this state of being on this planet, where the news every day is not about how happy everybody is, it challenges you. Challenges you to look within, is what they say. To find the love within, and then to bring that love and turn it into a smile. Turn it into experiences of acceptance, even of being way too cold sometimes when you just want to feel warm already. How many times do we go through winter and say, I'm just ready for summer? And then summer hits and it's like, oh, I'm so sick of sweating. It's like, when will you ever be satisfied? But that too is part of being human, part of living. They show me human beings coming together. It's kind of like a Christmas vigil type thing. There's lots of people standing outside and holding candles with flames, and they're singing songs. And it's very cool. They're all bundled up, and they're singing Christmas songs. There's somebody at a podium, like they're going to speak, but instead of them speaking, all of these people are speaking through Christmas songs of love. And nothing else is heard but the sound of people singing together and with these candles, and it's really beautiful. It's like, what else would you want to listen to? Especially when you can be in awe that human beings have come together, random people that don't even know each other on a really cool day, and they're all standing there holding a candle to symbolize illumination and light or love or connectedness or whatever it might be. And then to sing. How often does that happen? That's worth putting in the media. Newsflash. 50 random people came together and held candles. We don't know why, but they're singing. And we like it. It's something valuable, you know? It's something meaningful. There's something to that. It's beautiful. It's sharing a gift. It's actually going out of your way and sharing a gift that is remembered and makes an impact, even if it's only for a short moment. Maybe only a half hour to an hour, because it's pretty cold outside. But it's really, it's like a miracle, you know? Spirit guides say, so it's a miracle, human beings coming together and singing songs together? You call that a miracle? I say, yeah, I kind of do. I don't know that I've ever seen that. I've never had anybody come to my doorstep and sing me songs on random. I've never seen that ever happen. And you hear about that happening, or maybe back in the day that happened, but I've never seen that happen. Maybe it does. Maybe I just haven't caught it in the news. You know what I mean? I just don't turn the news on, and I don't read the newspaper because there's not enough happiness for me. And so I just can't do it. But maybe there is something in the news where there's some advertisement about people singing in a park, and be sure to show up. It's a free gift of music, you know, shared by just random people. Feel free to sing along as well. Something to that. So I'm seeing myself looking into my reflection and how these thoughts really make me smile. And I'm discovering that I'm choosing to smile out of my own accord by thinking about things that make me happy, things that are gifts. Watching human beings doing things together and sharing a gift of love with other human beings out of a seemingly random just inspiration. It makes me happy. Touches lives. So it's just softening now. Is all. That's all. That is my channeling. That's it. I'm disconnected from it now. So that's all I have to share for today. Sure wishing everybody a wonderful weekend. And thank you for watching my video and supporting my channel. And if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, I do share spiritual healing and psychic wisdom at my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching.